And
I
we're
love your
live.
look. It's too
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. And we're live. Hi, and welcome to Gay Out the City. I'm your host, Prince Electro Diamond, and today I am here with model and OnlyFans content creator Gabriel Velozo. How you doing today, man?
Did you say it?
How do you say?
What did you say?
What?
How are you doing today?
¿Cómo estás?
Estoy muy bien. Un poco a full. Mi rutina es muy fuerte. Hago muchas cosas.
He's very well. He's got a routine full of things to do every day, so he's kind of exhausted.
Yes. Amazing. So, one thing that I will say before we get started, since this is not Gabriel's first language, he will be working with a translator. I just wanted to explain that to everyone who will be watching. So, as we get started with this, where are you originally from?
Argentina.
He's from Argentina.
Work as I think we've talked about before. I'm originally from Florida, and I've just moved recently to Detroit, and I'm looking forward to the new experience, and I'm glad to have been able to find a new place to discover myself.
Él se acaba de mudar a Detroit.
Eso lo sé. Sí.
Está muy contento porque en este trabajo puede descubrirse a sí mismo, pero no te cuento nada.
Okay. Decirle que estoy muy contento de que se haya mudado y que ya haya montado su estudio.
He's so happy that you could move and you have your proper studio there.
Yes, I definitely do. That's one thing that I love about this is having a proper studio to actually work in.
Esa es una cosa que realmente ama él, poder tener su propio estudio.
Es hermoso. It's beautiful.
Yes. So, what was it like for you growing up as a kid?
Sorry, what was what?
What was it like for you growing up as a kid?
¿Cómo te criaste cuando eras chico? ¿Cómo creciste?
Tengo las
¿Cómo te criaste? ¿Dónde creciste?
En Comodoro, Rivadavia. Y tengo las traducciones de sus preguntas que... How can people, ¿verdad?
¿Pero para qué haces eso?
¿Cómo fue para ti crecer cuando eras niño? Eso. Ok. Claro. No tuve una buena infancia, Fue la verdad que bastante extraño. No, mi mamá es madre soltera y me criaron mis 3 tías trillizas.
He didn't have a good life indeed. His mother is single and she had to go to work. So he was cured by his uncles. They are twins. There are 3 indeed. 3 twins.
Oh, wow.
Fue difícil siendo gay, recibí mucho bullying.
I was kind of strong to be gay here. He received a lot of bullying.
That's something that doesn't surprise me because I know in a lot of Latin American cultures and middle, I'm going to say Central American cultures, being gay is not very accepted among people.
No me sorprende mucho que te hayas tenido bullying, porque bueno, las sociedades americanas
Ah,
hacen bullying.
¿sí?
Sí.
Ah, wow. ¿Qué, eh, ¿Cómo es ser gay en
In
América?
US. How is to be gay there in US?
Claro.
We are all in America.
I would honestly say that depending
Honestamente,
on where you are in the United States
que depende de donde vos estés en Estados Unidos.
determines on how it is for people to be gay and queer.
Okay.
Oh,
If you're in a more conservative area, such as Florida, it's not
Si
the
vos estás en un
easiest.
área más conservadora como Florida,
But here now in Detroit, it's a very liberal and open and accepting
Detroit is
area.
very liberal.
So that's one of the reasons I chose to move here, was because with the upcoming election happening in this country, I wanted to be somewhere that no matter the outcome, I would feel safe.
Claro. Si estuviera en otro lugar, se sentiría como un enfermo. Pero
claro.
ahí en Detroit está todo ahí.
Ah, ok. Sin importar tu clase social, tu dinero.
It doesn't matter your social classes, how much money do you have. Eso es lo que quería preguntar.
Claro, si era influyente.
I would say I'm
Diría
in the lower class, not in the lowest class, but I'm in the lower middle class.
que él pertenece a una clase media baja.
Claro. Sí, me imagino. Ah, qué extraño. Es muy extraño para mí la cultura americana.
Norteamericana, por favor.
Bueno,
He said that it's very strange for him, North American culture.
I would say American culture has its good parts and has its bad parts.
Tiene su parte
Much like any
buena y su
culture.
parte mala. And you, where are you from? ¿De dónde?
Originally, I am from Florida.
Ah, from
Florida.
Florida.
Pero, ¿y es más lo bueno que lo malo o lo malo que lo bueno?
From your point of view, North American culture has got more good things or bad things?
I would say overall, North American culture has good things,
Tiene buenas cosas.
but there are some bad things in a North American culture as well.
¿Quieres que le pregunte si estuvo alguna vez en Argentina?
Si conoce otras culturas, eso le quería preguntar.
Do you know another countries, another cultures? Maybe have you ever been in Argentina?
I have never been to Argentina. No. I know some things from doing this podcast about what life is like for people in France and in Spain and in Mexico. Because I've interviewed and Australia, because I've interviewed people in all of those countries, but never in Argentina.
Todo eso poco de todo eso.
Sí, de Francia, en España.
Pero no
nunca
viajó.
estuvo en Argentina.
Ah, sí viajó allá a hacer podcast.
Have you been there in France and Spain?
I've never. The only country I've been to besides the United States would be the Bahamas.
Ah, las Bahamas, fue el único lugar donde estuve. Nos subieron unos podcasts.
Ok.
We are having a kind of translation problem.
Not a problem.
Okay. ¿Qué parte estamos? I traveled to Cuba, Colombia y Perú.
Wow.
Mm. Y quizás, decirle que quizás a Estados Unidos.
And maybe he will go to Miami.
Sí, él sabe la historia.
Miami's got a lot of culture there. I grew up about 2 hours away from Miami, so I used to go to Miami and Fort Lauderdale a lot, and the queer scene in those areas, they have a very lively queer scene in both of those areas. They're very close together.
Que vive a 2 horas de Miami.
Ah, sí, en Detroit.
En Detroit, sí.
Ajá.
Pero bueno,
Sí.
que la cultura es un poco
Sí, lo
diferente.
sabía. Ah, ¿es distinta?
Es otro estado.
Claro. Ujú. No, es el mismo, de Florida.
Ah, sí, es
Ok,
Florida.
ok, claro. Bueno, no sé ya qué decir. You are alone?
Are you alone?
Are you alone?
Single.
No lo intento más. Está bien.
Do you mean, do I live alone?
No, he wants to know
Yeah.
if you got a boyfriend.
Oh, no, I'm single.
Single.
Yes.
It seems to be a good news for him.
Yes.
¿Qué es una información nueva para mí?
No, que parece que es una buena información, no nueva.
Ah, ok. ¿Y su infancia cómo fue?
How was your childhood?
I would say I had duality of childhood because I grew up with many queer influences in my life, such as Madonna and Lady Gaga, or not Lady Gaga, Donna Summer. But I also had a religious Catholic upbringing as well on the other side. So I had a duality of things.
Looks like Lady Gaga.
¿Cómo?
Dice que él creció con la influencia de Lady Gaga y bueno, todos los que nombro.
Ujú.
Y yo te digo que él se parece un poco a Lady Gaga.
Decile igual vos lo que le dijiste.
You looks like Lady Gaga. Anyway.
Al parecer la música es muy importante para él, hay que decirle.
Is music important for you?
Absolutely.
Compositor, claro.
Absolutely.
Claro.
I'm a singer-songwriter myself. That's primarily what I do as a drag performer. So absolutely, music is one of the things that has honestly kept me on this earth so long.
Ok, ¿me entendiste?
Sí.
Que la música es muy importante para él, para su vida y que bueno, que fue muy influenciado por cantantes.
Ah, qué bueno. Okay.
That's good.
Qué extra.
Yes. So what was it like for you coming out?
Sorry, could you repeat? It was cutting.
You need me to repeat?
Repeat. Could
Yeah.
you repeat? It
Yes.
was cutting.
Okay. So what was it like for you coming out?
¿Cómo era para vos salir? coming out, salir, andar por ahí.
No, la pregunta, cuando yo pregunté la pregunta era del closet de gay.
Bueno, coming out, salir.
Ah, ¿cómo fue para mí? Mi mamá me encontró mensajes con un hombre muy grande.
My mother has found some messages from me with an old guy
Cuando tenía 12 años.
when I was 12.
Y me cagaron a palos y me mandaron a la calle con las prostitutas.
And my mother was kind of angry with me, so she proposed me to go and to work with prostitutes on the streets. You get him?
I'm processing that. Give me a second. Wow.
No tengo muchas cosas lindas o estéticas para contar sobre mi pasado. Todo lo que puedo llegar a contarte desde los 15 años atrás es todo trágico.
He said he doesn't have good things to say about it because it's what kind of tragic.
Right.
So,
I can not obviously to the degree of your coming out, but I didn't have the easiest coming out myself. So I kind of get it. So my story was overall I had it a little bit easier than a lot of people because I only had to come out to one parent because I came out 4 months after my mom died.
Porque le quedó solamente un padre después que su mamá murió. Solamente se le tuvo que decir a su papá.
Bueno, menos trabajo.
Sí, eso es lo que te está diciendo.
Claro.
Bueno, le digo que vos no tenés padre.
No, contale. Porque viene hilado a lo de la cocaína. Después me pregunta mi relación con las drogas. Y ahí le cuento lo de mi papá. Pero decirle que no tengo papá.
He doesn't have a father.
Oh. I think I remember you telling me that when we were chatting.
Yes. Sí.
So, family overall was good. I made a mistake though. So I came out to a youth minister at the church and told him about this performance idea I had where I was practicing stabbing myself, and he ended up taking me to get a psychological exam, and after that I ended up being locked away in a behavioral clinic.
Después de eso, ¿no sabías eso?
No estoy entendiendo nada.
Okay, I will summarize what you have said
Yeah.
to check if I understood good. So you've been working in the church.
I was very active in the church when I first came out. I no longer am.
He was working in the church. Estaba trabajando en la iglesia y después cuando descubrió que era gay, hicieron un estudio psicológico para ver si era normal, si tenía un problema.
Wow. Late.
Nada, vino todas las cosas.
Sorry.
You're okay.
¿Qué estamos? ¿Y hasta qué edad? ¿A qué edad se dejó de trabajar en la iglesia? ¿A qué edad salió del closet?
What time did you came up? Come out?
I I came out when I was 18 years old.
18.
Yes.
18.
Claro. Ah, uff, retarde. ¿No?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo ya
Kind of
tenía
late.
sexo a los...
He said that he was having sex at the age of 12. And you? How old was you in your first time?
The first time I had sex, I was 22 years old.
Oh, 22.
Su primera relación.
Se está yendo.
¡Wow!
Porque trabajaba en la iglesia.
¡Ay, qué increíble! ¡Qué horrible debe haber sido vivir en una iglesia, ¿no? Como Fernando.
No sé.
Sí.
Did you enjoy to be in the church?
At that point, I had been out of the church for 3 years.
Estuve en la iglesia por 3 años.
¿Estuvo en dónde?
En la iglesia.
Ah. Oh. Contale que yo, decirle que yo fui un banda católico, ahora soy budista, practiqué la Wicca, hago Reiki.
He's got lots of religions. He used to be Umbanda.
No.
Now he's Buddhist. Used to practice Reiki. ¿Qué nada me dijiste? Umbanda, Reiki.
Wicca.
Wicca. Do you know what Wicca is?
You're talking about the witchcraft art, correct?
No.
Bye. ¿Volvés a la noche?
No, Wicca, it's culture, witches culture from
Yes.
Mexico.
Yes. I'm a little bit familiar with it. A little bit.
I'm kind of sick.
Can you repeat that?
Right here, yeah.
Okay. So honestly, why I left the Catholic Church was because I felt as an artist, they were never going to accept me for who I was.
Nunca lo aceptarían. Gay.
Decirle que ahora se están aceptando.
¿Acá en Argentina?
En la iglesia católica, cada vez es más aceptado.
I could say that now church is accepting gays. I didn't know that.
I would say it depends on the church.
No.
Because some are still very stuck in traditional ways.
Claro, depende de la iglesia de donde esté. Y del priest, el padre, el párroco, el chabón que manda.
Claro. Decirle que siento que esto tiene mucho que ver a la pregunta de Emma de Clinton sobre... No sé por qué ¿cuál es tu pensamiento sobre cómo se está tratando a la comunidad LGBT hoy en día? Me pregunto. Y creo que esa pregunta está muy ligada a esto de la iglesia.
Bueno, decime la pregunta en inglés. ¿Qué dice?
La pregunta en inglés es...
This conversation as regard church remind him a question that you have sent him. You have sent to him as regard... What was the question? ¿Cuál es?
La que dice LGBT.
What are your thoughts on how the LGBT community is being treated today?
He's asking me to answer that question?
No, he said that this conversation as
Oh.
regard the church
Oh.
remind him
Yes.
this question.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. I was going to dive deeper into that later. But yes, that is definitely one of the questions.
Sí, esa es una de las preguntas y te la iba a hacer dentro de un rato,
No,
pero
no.
sí, obvio que tiene todo que ver.
Claro. Siento que es impresionante cómo el colectivo gay ya no es lo que era en de Wollstone, es donde sucedió el altercado del bar gay en esa.
Mucho bien.
Ajá, bueno, siento que lo gay ya no es. Antes no se buscaba encajar, se buscaba ser, y de repente cada vez hay más aceptación y cada vez como más amalgamarse a una al heteronormativismo, o sea, si sos gay es más.
Diccionario. He said that nowadays gays are not out of the society. Amalgamarse.
Yes.
¿Qué mierda digo amalgamarse? It's kind of.
I would say, honestly, that depends on what country you're in. Because in America, it is a little bit better overall to be out as a queer/gay person, but I would still say in some parts of the world, especially the Middle East, it's still a struggle.
Que ya no es especialmente un problema en América.
¿Qué cosa?
Ser gay, estamos hablando de eso.
Ah, que ya no es un problema solo de América.
Ya no es un problema ser gay en América.
Ah.
No, Norteamérica, ¿no?
La gente pobre y negra en Norteamérica no tiene problemas, la gente que es gay, pobre y negra, ¿no? O sea, que siempre son las minorías más oprimidas.
¿Le pregunté?
Sí, obvio.
He wanna know if you are poor and black in North America, how is that to be if you are gay, black and poor? I don't know why he's asking that though.
O sea, porque no creo que realmente sea totalmente aceptado. Es aceptado si sos blanco, rubio, de ojos celestes.
He said maybe you can be gay and accepted like a gay, but
Yes.
if you are white and rich, maybe if you are black and poor, you are not that well accepted.
Well, as someone who has hooked up with many black people of all different economic statures, I would say that the hardness for them is not necessarily the money aspect. It would be the acceptance of family.
Que no es una cuestión de plata. Es sos o no sos aceptado en tu familia.
Ah, qué bien. Bueno, no sé. Extraño, ¿no?
¿Por qué?
Decirle que acá las travestis todavía las encuentran con un palo en el culo.
Ay, no, no,
o sea, bueno, algo así, ponerlo
verdad.
lindo. Boluda, pasa acá. O sea, matan a una mujer cada 48 horas. O sea,
pero ahí matan en todos lados.
Estamos hablando del colectivo gay.
Okay, he's saying that here in Argentina you can find more than one every 48 hours, one gay dead.
Oh,
And how it's there?
I would say overall, for me,
Para mí,
being in Detroit,
acá en Detroit,
there has been a lot more
ha habido
frequency of people to hook up with.
People
But there's a lot more of frequency of people that I can hook up with, meaning there's a lot more people for me to hook up with, but that's more because Detroit is a primarily black area and I have a tendency to attract
tiene una
people who are black
Claro, porque Detroit
and
es
Hispanic.
un lugar de negros
¡Ay, qué lindo!
y él tiene esa tendencia a atraer negros.
Mm. Me
Pero no
gustan
dijo
los
nada
negros.
de que los muertos, de que se le vienen muertos cada 48 horas. No sé por qué estás tan trágico, ¿no puedes tener algo más lindo para decir?
No puedes hablarme.
Sorry.
Traducir. No, que encima lo hace sentir mal porque él no entiende lo que estamos hablando. Explícale la situación.
We are having a conversation here because he's saying lots of bad things about us. And I'm saying, hey, come on, try to be more optimistic as regard our country. That's what I'm saying.
But I'd rather he be honest than
Probablemente eso es honesto. Dice.
I mean if
It's the point
that's
of
what
view.
yeah, it's your point of view, and
Sí,
if you have a problem with something, you should be able to express it freely. That's just at least how I believe.
Tendrías que poder expresarlo, eso es lo que él cree. Y está bien porque vos estás escuchándolo.
Ah, ok. Bueno. Gracias.
You're welcome.
Ay, sí entiende lo que significa gracias.
Of course. Do you know some words in Spanish?
A little bit. So if I were like, I understand that like gracias means thank you, so I know de nada means you're welcome. So like I know a little bit of Spanish, but not a lot. Like probably not enough to construct a full paragraph. I could probably construct a few sentences.
Algunas estructuras, algunas.
Ajá.
Muy poquito.
Bueno, qué bien. Felicidades. Es muy difícil.
That good? Congratulations. Spanish is so difficult, he said.
Yes, I would say Spanish. I would even say English is a hard language for people to understand, especially American English, because there's so many different words that are spelt the same, that mean the same thing but are spelt different ways.
Él diría que el inglés también es difícil porque hay palabras que son muy difíciles. Okay. Siempre.
No, podés hacer eso porque me haces reír y quedo yo como que no. Lo dejamos afuera.
Hay que hacer, no, está fuera. Sí, me aguanta.
Bueno, ¿qué le puedo preguntar? Una pregunta.
¿Una pregunta?
Uh-huh. Preguntarle si tuvo alguna vez novio.
Have you ever had a boyfriend?
I have had one long-term relationship and one short-term relationship.
Una larga y una corta.
¿Y cuánto duró la larga?
How long was the largest one?
It was a year.
How many? How much?
A year.
A year.
Yes.
Un año.
Ay, perdón. ¿Por qué? Why?
¿Por qué qué?
¿Por qué? Un año.
Why just 1 year?
What happened with that relationship was they ended up breaking up with me in a letter not long after our 1-year anniversary, where they had explained that they were transitioning to become a woman. And from what they had told me, I wouldn't have accepted them for who they were. And at the time, it was true because I did not know much about the transgender community as I do now.
¿Viste? Que él estaba en la transición de ser mujer, su compañero.
Ah, su compañero. Ah, wow. Claro.
Y como que él no lo iba a poder acompañar y de hecho fue verdad que él es gay.
Claro, claro, claro. Qué difícil.
Such a difficult now situation.
Yes. It definitely was.
Sí, definitivamente fue.
Because they were taking hormones to become a woman while living in my apartment, and they lied to me about it.
Okay. Estaba tomando hormonas para convertirse en mujer.
Oh, wow. Qué difícil. Qué loco.
Yeah.
¿Y hace cuánto fue?
And when was it?
That would have been in 2018.
En el 2018.
Ah, ya pasó buen tiempo. Ya hace bastante que estás soltera. Soltera.
It's happened a time. So, and are you single since then?
I was in. Yes, I have been single since then. Yes.
Sí, él está soltero desde entonces.
No, decir acá a mí no me gusta estar soltera.
He doesn't like to be single. He's always with someone, or maybe two.
¿Qué? ¿Qué?
Que a mí no te gusta estar soltero, como siempre estás con alguien, a veces con dos.
Only one.
Okay, he said only one. But...
Yes. I mean, relationships can be hard, especially depending on who you're dating, at least for me. Because I was saying that relationships can be hard, especially for me, because being a performer, I need a partner who's not jealous of me being a performer or jealous of anything I do as a performer.
Porque él es performer y bueno, hay muchos celos. ¿Entendiste?
Claro. Sí. Bueno, pero me sacaba las fotos para mi fan.
¿Te cuento?
Sí.
Le dio esto al novio.
Claro. Claro, claro.
His ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, is the one who's taking his photo for OnlyFans. He ended up in a very good relationship.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing indeed. I couldn't believe it either. Es normal entre latinos que, tener una pareja y que tu pareja te saque las fotos para el OnlyFans.
No sé si es normal, sí. No sé quién dice, okay. He said that it's normal among Latin.
Latin mood.
Latin mood.
I have
okay,
nothing...
maybe OnlyFans community.
So on your OnlyFans, what type of content do you post? Is it mainly just pictures like you do on Instagram, or is there more that comes with your OnlyFans?
Y acerca de las fotos, ¿son más de las fotos como las que vos tenés en Instagram o más como las que tenés en OnlyFans?
¿Qué fotos?
las que te saca este chavo. Estábamos hablando de que tu ex te sacaba las fotos.
Todas. Sesiones de fotos.
The question was what kind of photograph his ex-boyfriend is taking for him.
I'm asking, does he just take photos on his Instagram, or sorry, on his OnlyFans, or is there like videos of him doing stuff, or is it just pictures?
Si te está sacando las fotos de OnlyFans o que está haciendo videos o solamente algunas fotos.
Yo solo mando fotos artísticas, desnudos artísticos.
He's selling nude photographs, and yes, his ex-boyfriend is taking all artistic photos.
So your OnlyFans is meant to be more of a classy OnlyFans versus like a trashy, very sexual OnlyFans. Then.
Sí, entonces tu OnlyFans es más sexual. Yes. Sí, son desnudos. Yes, he's nude.
Yes. Which I know performers who are like that. I love that. Because so many people feel that when they go to OnlyFans, they have to do sexual videos and they feel some sort of pressure to do it. But I would say that's honestly a good way to be if that's what you want to do on your OnlyFans. That's amazing.
Dice que es increíble que, bueno, nada, las formadas y los videos que hacen la gente. Bueno.
Le gusta mucho. Decirle que le voy a regalar un free trial para que entre a tu free trial.
He will give you a free trial so you can go in his page.
Thank you. Gracias.
Creo que eso no era para decir al público. No era. No. Preguntarle.
¿Qué le pregunta?
Que quizás no debía haber dicho eso.
He wants to know that maybe he couldn't say that to you now because we've got people listen to us.
Yes. Definitely.
Claro. Sorry.
You're fine.
¿Cómo?
You're buying.
Comprando.
So, what made you want to start doing OnlyFans?
Porque me olvidé. Me digo que no.
Bueno, fíjate que te están escuchando y te estás vendiendo.
No, claro. Porque era algo que ya hacía.
Because it was something I used to do.
Solo que gratis y no me daba cuenta.
Just for free. He used to do it for free, and there he's got the possibility to get some money.
Which, I mean, I honestly love that because I'm someone who honestly feels that if you want to be able to do something, you should just be able to fucking do it. Like, that's honestly what I did as a performer, where I started dressing the way that I wanted to dress, whether it be half naked, all of that, because I got to a point where I said if people didn't like my body, they didn't have to fucking stare at me. That's honestly the way that I got to.
La gente le gusta mi cuerpo y mirarlo, bueno, te pongo los pezones. Eso es bueno.
¿Qué será
bueno? Lo que acabas de decir vos, que lo hacías gratis.
Claro.
Pero vas a tener más plata. Entonces dice, bueno, está bueno que cada quien haga su performance como quiere, que se vista como quiere, que haga lo que quiere y que por ahí pueda ganarse.
Solo que antes lo hacía gratis y era cualquier cosa, ahora lo hago todo tiempo de edición de fotos, fotógrafos, cámaras, tiempo, outfits.
Outfit. Now he said yes, he's going more professional. He's investing time, money, and paying to photographers and so on.
Which, honestly, if you want to grow your brand, that's how you have to be, is have professional photographers taking your pictures, not just somebody you know.
Yeah. Eso es algo que todo el mundo sabe.
Claro, sí.
Y ya que lo hicimos nosotros, está chamullando acá.
¿Cómo?
No, no.
Decime que vos sos una distracción en esta entrevista.
¡Ajá! No, porque he said I'm distracting him. Do you think that I'm distracting you?
No.
No.
Honestly, this is what I want people to come on here and do, is have an open dialogue. Because I like the fact that you're able to talk to me and we're able to have a conversation, and it's not so like I'm having to almost pull like answers out of you, because there's so many people I've had on here before who are like that, where I've just had to pull answers out of them, and it's made my job so much harder doing this.
Claro. Tenemos una conversación un poco desordenada, pero está buenísimo porque no es que es así todo.
Ah, claro. Se alinean todas las preguntas, las
Claro.
respuestas, todo.
No es una entrevista con respuestas armadas.
Yo ya me lo imaginaba como la cita a la visa.
¿Qué?
La cita a la visa.
He said he was studying all the answers.
Yes.
He didn't want to be himself, the one who wants to answer. So that's why he called me. And he has the perception that to talk to you is gonna be like his visa interview.
I mean, I kind of let things go as they do. I'm not someone who's going to be like, oh, we have to do this, this, and this. If he wants to ask me stuff, that's why I've answered the questions that he's asked me. Because they're the questions that you've asked me, is because I don't mind answering questions. I feel if you're going to get behind a microphone, you should be not afraid to speak and tell your truth. That's just honestly how I feel.
Dice que le gusta porque aparte le hacemos nosotros preguntas a él.
Ah, eso sí que no lo esperaba, ¿eh?
You didn't expect for us to put you questions.
No había preparado preguntas para él.
I never know what I'm going to get with somebody until we get on the interview. Because I've had people who have been winners of TV shows who have not been able to act as calm, cool, and collected as you have being on the interview.
Dice que, bueno, eso, que nunca se sabe con lo que se va a encontrar en las entrevistas, pero que bueno, está bueno porque es nuevo y él está ahí.
¿Hace cuánto que haces?
How long have you been working as an interviewer?
I started interviewing people in January of last year.
En enero del año pasado.
Ah, no hace tanto.
No.
Ah, ok. ¿Y cómo le está yendo?
How is going?
¿Él monetiza esto?
How is it going? Can you get some money from it?
Not yet. I haven't been able to find the right person to get in contact with.
No.
because I've had some high-profile guests, which have led to a lot of views, but they haven't led to viral views. That's what I'm trying to get to eventually. But everything as an entertainer takes time. You don't just get things off the bat, usually.
Y preguntarle cómo vivió el debate presidencial. Porque ¿qué otro tema? O sea.
Okay, he wants to know if you could watch the debate, president's debate in U.S.
I didn't watch the debate. I watched highlights of it.
Y no vio el debate, que vio ahí unos cortes, un poco, un resumen.
Ok. ¿Y va a votar a Calena? O sea, ¿va a votar a la presidenta o al presidente?
And do you know?
Hay dos electos, la chica y el chico. Una es
Calena. Have you chosen your president? If you're gonna vote to the girl or the boy?
I'm honestly
Trump
looking more towards Kamala Harris because I feel that she's actually going to help the people of America, whereas Donald Trump is only going to help wealthy people like himself.
La votará ella porque cree que ella puede ayudar a las personas de Norteamérica y que Trump solamente puede ayudar a las personas de Centroamérica.
Claro, él es demócrata.
¿Quién? Are you Democrat?
Say that again?
Are you Democrat?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Claro.
We love Cristina.
Yes.
Do you know who is Cristina?
No.
Cristina used to be our president.
Okay. She was more of a liberal person.
I think that she was more Democrat. I don't get that much the differences or what we have in common, because these words, Democrats or liberal or so on, we don't call them like that here. So I kind of lost in this way of calling. But Cristina was the one who was carrying the town, carrying people, putting money into hospitals, educations, transport, public things. And we believe on it. We think Argentinians believe that we can live for free inside of our country.
Which is honestly how a president should be. I don't feel that a president should be sitting in the office of the presidency trying to essentially give money to countries like Israel to continue a genocide that they've been fighting for years. Instead, they should be focusing on the people of their own country who are starving in the streets and trying to find places to live.
Claro. O que tenga gente muriéndose de hambre en las calles. Claro.
Y nosotros tampoco queremos que gane Trump, porque este presidente está súper, chupa las bolas.
We don't want Trump to win either, because our president, nowadays, our president Milei, he is very close to Trump, and we are not with him. We don't think that what he's doing is correct.
Right. I would say if Donald Trump were to get elected, it would not be good for anybody except
No,
for
bueno,
his
pero no,
core
because,
base,
you know.
who believes that they're going to help him, or they're going to help them. But the thing that I don't like the most about Donald Trump is the way that he speaks about people that aren't wealthy, aren't honestly white. And the fact that even back to that presidential debate, how he said those people from Haiti were in Ohio cooking people's pets just proves that if he were to get elected, if you're not a straight white man, he's not going to give a damn about you, honestly.
Yeah. Bueno, sí, nada, lo mismo que pensamos nosotros de Trump. My summary was my summary translation was, well, he's
Yes.
thinking us the same we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the same.
3 horas estuvo hablando. Yo soy el que te tiene que decir algo para que vos ahora me respondas algo para que esto pueda continuar.
Bueno, él estaba diciendo que las conversaciones, que presidentes que dejan morir gente en la calle, que mucha hambre, que le ponen plata a las guerras, niños que se mueren de hambre, que nada bueno puede salir en una sociedad así.
Claro. Claro. No, sí, totalmente. Decirle que acá está todo horrible desde que ganó este presidente.
Well, here in Argentina, we are suffering a lot since Milei is our president. We are starving. Sí, nos estamos cagando de hambre. Public transport, public education, public medicine is not working at all.
So,
do you know what curiosity is? I will let you know a curiosity. I want to buy a speaker, JBL speaker, here in Argentina. And I've got friends there in US. She's coming here next month. And I was asking her how much is it there. And there it's $89. And here is $200.
wow.
And our salary is the 10% of yours. It's kind of crazy, no? This is thanks him.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of injustice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, really, wow.
So, with things being the way they are in Argentina, have you ever been tempted to try and get out of Argentina, or does Argentina just feel so much like home that you could never see yourself leaving the country?
¿Alguna vez quisimos irnos a la mierda o creemos que Argentina es nuestro país, nuestra casa? Nah, Argentina is our home.
Estoy preguntando la visa.
Okay. He's saying that he wants to go to US. He's trying to get his visa. But from my point of view, no, I love this country. I love my
Yes.
my culture.
Sí, yo igual lo amo, pero no así. No. Yo amo Argentina, pero no de esta forma. Así, no.
He loves Argentina, but he doesn't want to be here suffering.
I mean, that's understandable. Like,
Yeah, creo que es entendible.
that's honestly why, granted, yes, it was only in the United States, but it was why I decided to move from Florida to Detroit, was because I didn't want to have to struggle to live in Florida the way that I knew that I would if I didn't move to Michigan, where it's much easier to not only get a job, but it's easier to get a job that pays more and it costs less to live
Se
here.
mudó de Florida por ahí porque es más fácil tener un trabajo, más fácil tener su vida. A veces nada, uno se tiene que mudar.
Claro. Claro, sí, hace poco se
The country I like where they live, how they live, sorry, it's France. Have you ever been there? No.
I have never been to France. I've heard amazing things about France, though.
French people, they are so good. They have a high standard of life, but all of them, even the poorest, got good things from the state, or they've got good things and good possibilities because the state help you to be part of, to integrate in the society.
It's
So well,
also
we are Argentinian.
it's also they actually this one thing that I don't like about the US is that they actually have healthcare for everybody in France. That's one thing that I wish we had in America, and that it came out of our tax dollars instead of having to pay private companies to insure you.
Claro, eso es lo que no le gusta, que está todo privatizado. Y eso. Claro, pues sí, no tienen Estado.
Claro, bueno. Claro, es cierto.
No, no tienen Estado. Y eso es lo que quiere hacer mi ley acá, romper con el Estado. That is what our president wants to do here, to kill our state. A state is a powerful figure. Eso es lo que quiere hacer nuestro presidente.
Sí.
Matar el Estado.
Well, okay. In Argentina, is there an election that goes on, or is it very much like one person is chosen to be the leader and that's just like the person that you have to deal with? Or is there an election where you actually have a choice of who to choose?
Could you repeat it closer to the speaker?
Okay. So is in Argentina, do you have an election to choose somebody, or is it just somebody's chosen and that's who the leader is?
Somebody shows what?
Okay, so is somebody chosen to be the leader, or do you have an election?
Si alguien nos muestra un líder, ¿o qué? No lo entendí. I didn't get you, sorry. Could you repeat or paraphrase it?
So, is there an election to choose somebody
What is
in
election?
Argentina? Election?
Ah,
You vote.
election.
Yes.
Elección.
Sí, sí, vamos a tener elecciones en Argentina por algún nuevo líder. Yeah, but in
No,
3 años.
En 3 años.
In
Recién
3
empieza
years'
esto.
time.
Recién está empezando esto.
Oh,
No, en un
okay.
año está presidente.
Yeah, he's very new. It's about starting. He became our president 1 year ago. We will have to be with him for 3 years more.
Oh, yeah. I can understand where that would be difficult. So, what is your relationship to drugs and alcohol?
¿Cuál es tu relación con las alcohol?
Con las drogas y el alcohol. O solo con el alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol.
Solo fumo marihuana.
He smokes marijuana. Weed. And alcohol, as regards alcohol, he gets drunk once a week.
A weekend. No, ¿qué?
Que te emborrachas una por semana.
Sí. Una sola vez por semana.
Once a week.
Wow.
And you?
I don't do drugs at all, and alcohol is very rare for me to have. It has to be like a special occasion. but I'm not totally opposed to drinking. I just don't do it often.
¿Me entendiste?
No te...
Ah,
Tomo
que no
alcohol
te-
en ocasiones especiales y las drogas.
No,
¿No consumo?
no,
Ah, es
ninguna.
una persona limpia.
No.
Ujú,
Healthy people. No?
ujú.
Are you healthy?
I would say overall I am, but I'm always trying to better myself because that's just how I am. I'm always one of those people who wants to lose weight and is trying different things to lose weight. So I mean, I'm healthy enough, but I'm always looking to change myself.
Sí, sí, se cuida, pero bueno, está también en esta de perder peso y...
Ujú. Y hace ejercicio.
And do you go to gym?
I do not
No.
go to the gym. I do exercise at home.
En casa.
But recently, with the job that I'm doing,
Pero recientemente en el trabajo que hago,
to get by until I get a full-time job, it's very physical and there's lots of movement involved. So I haven't had to do much exercising because
no hice
there are
muchos
times
ejercicios
where I'll be moving 8 hours a day
porque
on my feet delivering food. So
Claro. Ah, ok.
yes. And what are your thoughts on how the LGBT community is being treated today?
Ah, ahí va la pregunta. Espera. Qué estúpida. Qué estúpida.
He knows the questions. He has translated all the questions. So when he hear you put in this question, he said, "Oh my God, I knew this was like a
Yes.
student on the school, you know." So I'm joking. I'm laughing because
Yes.
he's like that, like a student. Okay, answer.
Em, no, no tengo mucha relación con el colectivo gay.
He's not connected with the with LGTB,
Ujú.
LGTB.
Am, acá en Argentina es raro como que esa cosa de que se tiran mala onda, que se meten con el ex del ex. No es un ambiente amigable.
Well, in his experience, he didn't have a friendship environment among them, so he's not that close to them.
Right. Which, I mean, if you can't make a connection with somebody, I can understand why that would be difficult.
Y si quieres hacer
And
una conexión con alguien, ¿por qué será difícil?
and
No
I
por
know
elección.
it's not always easy to get into the queer community in your local area.
Dice que por qué no es más fácil estar entre gays en tu comunidad, o sea, en tu área. No es más fácil comunicarte con gays en medio del colectivo gay.
No, me llevo mejor con la gente gay de otros países.
Uh, he's not connected with gays here
Yes.
around, but he better he prefer to be connected with gays from outside, from another countries.
I honestly understand that. That's why when we've been communicating over the past few weeks, I liked that we have gotten closer because I'm the kind of person who unlike a lot of gay people, I'm always here for people whenever they need me, no matter what.
Él medio que te entiende porque él es una de esas personas que trata de ayudar y estar siempre presente para cuando las personas lo necesitan a él. Y bueno,
Bueno, me fui a una fiesta gay cuando tenía 15 años.
¿me vas a contar algo trágico? When he was 15, he went to a gay party. He's so tragic. All what he's saying is very wow, you know? It's like
Let it out, let it out.
Perdón.
I'm sorry, I'm Latin too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puede ser divertido.
Okay. Fuiste a una fiesta at the age of 15. He went to a party and
Gay.
a gay party.
LGBT, y me hice un montón de amigos. Cuando me había conocido una chica travesti también, había hecho un grupo, nos estábamos yendo y un chico agarra y me dice, tené cuidado porque las chicas travestis te van a poner algo en los tragos.
He said he made friends there, a good group, and travesti was also trans girl. And someone has come to him and said, "Oh, be careful with trans girls because they used to put things in your drink." ¿Y después? ¿Ponen cosas en tu trago ahí?
Y agarré y me fui. Ay, no.
And he went out from this party because he was kind of scared of this.
No me quedan muchas ganas de seguir vinculándome.
¿Pero te pusieron cosas?
No, me dijeron que me querían poner cosas en el trago, que una de las chicas trans me quería drogar, que estábamos yendo a su casa, de hecho.
So he was someone said to him that this trans wanted to put some drugs in his drink, so he went and never come back to this group of LGBT.
Well, that's understandable. If that's what somebody was telling him, that would lead to trust issues among lots of people. I could totally understand that. I wouldn't want to be in that situation myself.
Estamos una vez en esa situación el mismo, sí, se puede entender.
¿Él también estuvo en esas situaciones?
You have, sí, eso te estoy diciendo.
Oh, wow.
Have you been in these situations too? When someone
No.
wants to put drugs or no?
No, I have not. No, I haven't.
No, I haven't.
Ajá. Y volviendo a esto del colectivo, me parece que cada vez es más un modismo, la verdad.
Dale, boludo, ponémela fácil.
No.
He said, as regard this LGBT group, it's like a fashion. It's like, well, if you want to be cool, be there, but
Yes.
you can be gay and not be part of it anyway.
Right. Which makes sense. Totally.
Mm-hmm. Sí.
And
No.
Okay, to my final question, what's the biggest misconception about you?
¿Cuál es la mayor misconception?
Misconception es como una creencia errónea, ¿sí sabes lo que es?
Uh-huh. Acerca de ti.
Lo investigué. No lo sé. Decirle que tus preguntas son extrañas, muy extraña esa pregunta.
He doesn't know, and he said that your question is very strange.
Okay, so what I mean by that is, how do people perceive you before they meet you?
¿Cómo la gente te percibe a vos? Y que no sea la realidad, ¿no? Entonces, misconception.
No lo sé. Soy acróbata, o sea, estoy en un montón de partes distintas, o sea, conozco mucha gente y tienen muchas concepciones distintas de mí porque fui profesor de acrobacia, cocinero, budista, o sea, conozco gente de todos los sectores. O sea, qué concepción, o sea, no.
Tus tías piensan que eso es una gran historia, ¿no?
No, hey, hay gente que sí
Bueno, por
entiende
eso,
español.
misconception. Okay. What he's saying that many people has got different conceptions about him because he's working in different environment. He's a
Right.
teacher of
Profesor de
acro
Aerial Silk.
¿eh?
Aerial Silk. Acrobacia Taylor.
Air
Aerial S-I-L-K.
He's
S-I-L-K.
He's an aerialist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ajá.
Yes.
Aerialist. So he said that many people think different things about him. So, pero ¿cuál de ellos está errada? Ninguno. Todas tienen razón.
No, creo que la gente que realmente tiene un juicio, una idea errónea sobre mí es mi familia. O sea, a lo que vos dijiste, y de vuelta nos metemos en algo trágico que...
Okay. He said that the people who has misconceptions about him is his family, indeed. The one who doesn't know him deeply.
Right.
Okay.
I would say for me, I've been told two. One of them is that I'm very intimidating because I think that comes from the fact that I have a tendency to express my opinion and not be afraid of if it sort of hurts people. I mean, I don't want to like intentionally hurt people, but I'm not afraid to express my opinions. And I feel that you shouldn't be, as a person, afraid to express your opinions. And I'm also very tall. So that's what I feel contributes to that misconception about me.
Mi misconcepción acerca de él es que, bueno, nada, que antes no decía lo que pensaba y después es una persona muy grandota, muy alta. Entonces da una impresión que en realidad no es. Mira qué loco.
Claro, claro. Pero no, yo soy todo lo que aparento.
Okay. And another question?
And the other one is that I've been told that I'm what they call in gay culture shady, which means I'm not afraid to like make a quick comment towards somebody as a joke if I'm like vibing with them.
Could you speak closer to the speaker?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. So the other one that I have been told is that I am shady, which means I have no problem making a sarcastic comment towards somebody that I know.
Otra de las cosas que dice que, claro, que es medio mierda porque no tiene ningún problema en hacer comentarios sarcásticos acerca de las cosas.
¿Él?
Sí.
Ay, me encanta.
He loves it.
Yes. Well, with that being said, it was a pleasure getting to meet you. And okay, to conclude, this is Gay Out the City. I'm your host, Prince Electro Diamond, and I hope you've enjoyed.
Espero que nosotros disfrutemos el podcast. Podcast es como
Hosted.
Sí, como el que te recibe, ¿no?